Good evening, folks. How's everybody? I'm just jumping on to talk about the 5 big benefits of a smarter home. So, would you know that a staggering 84% of adults in the UK own a smartphone? And that number's only going up. With the relentless rise comes a surge in the number of people turning to smart homes. But what is actually a smart home? Well, the online definition is a smart home is a residence that uses internet connected devices to enable remote monitoring and management of appliances and systems such as lighting and heating. Probably a classic example of that is the Hive system, which exists just now. And we're going to talk about these things in a wee minute. The good news is you don't have to be Steve Jobs or Ada Lovelace. Now, if you don't know who Ada Lovelace is, she was actually described as the world's first computer programmer. You don't need to be these people to make your home tech friendly. So we're going to talk about 5 benefits. So the first one is energy. I spoke about that, about the Hive system. Control the heating and lighting when it comes on and off from your phone. By setting times, you can ensure that you're not wasting money. Now, this is clearly crucial at this point in time where people are actually trying to save money. So if you've accidentally got your heating programmed for certain times a day to go on and off, and you're not going to be in at that time, then it's maybe worth just popping on your phone and actually switching your heating off and overriding that timer. Because then obviously you're heating the house for absolutely no reason at all. The great thing about that though is the fact that if it's on your phone when you're coming home, you can just you can just put the heating on maybe 20 minutes before you get in the door, just to take the edge off the cold, and then you've got a nice cozy house. So the next one is security. Doorbells, apps, and affordable security cameras act as a significant deterrent against burglars and offer peace of mind. Now, we've seen that recently when you watch Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway with the doorbell ring, which is a classic way to actually keep an eye on people that approach your door from a distance and tell them to clear off if they're not meant to be there. Convenience. Let's face it, we've all longed to come back to a warm home after being out in the cold. And just as I said, with the smart home, you can set up the timers for everything from the heating to turning on the lights to drawing the curtains. That used to be a big extravagant I used to see in all these films where people would have automatic curtains. But nowadays, it's actually quite cost effective to have something like that. So yeah, you could actually do that from your smartphone, and even being welcomed back with your favourite music as well. So you could turn your favourite music on just before you get in the door, so it's all nice and cozy and comfortable and ready for you to enjoy yourself and relax. Probably environment is another one as well. Being more energy efficient, we can save money and do our bit to reduce our impact on the environment. Good evening, Perry. How are you? Okay. Any other tips, you guys, if you want to mention something, how you can benefit from being a smart home and things you could use in a smart home, by all means, feel free to say and comment as well. Finally, the one for me is connection. Tech is often blamed for making people more distant from each other, but a well thought out smart home with speakers in different rooms can bring families together. In addition, apps can help you FaceTime friends via your television as well as your smartphone. Smart home. Aye, okay. I'm getting my tongue tied here. We're seeing an increased desire for more intelligent homes among home buyers, and it all sounds a bit like tomorrow's world. Now, the younger generation probably won't know tomorrow's world at all, but this used to be a tech program that used to run many years ago where you'd see all the new stuff that came on. I remember seeing the first fax machine, and it actually didn't work. So they were in the studio, and the other fax machine was down. Well, for the younger generation, you maybe don't even know what a fax machine is. So when a fax machine is a bit of paper you put through and it scanned it and it sent it to another fax machine on the other side, so you could send documents before emails existed. So that was a fax machine. But I remember on Tomorrow's World where it was actually in the studio. They had one down in the wee courtyard in the BBC outside, and they tried to make it work. And it's a live programme. It didn't work at all. But I remember seeing the first fax machine on there. I also remember seeing Dyson on there as well. He actually said that he couldn't get anybody to actually manufacture Dyson vacuums, which he'd actually invented. And lo and behold, history went on, and he actually went and invented the Dyson himself, and he actually produced it himself as a result. And it was a missed opportunity for people like Hoover and that, because he wanted them to make it for him, and all he wanted to do was actually license it to them. And they wouldn't entertain it at all. And the rest is history. You can see how big Dyson's grown now as a result of that. So it was a blessing in disguise, I suppose. So all again, as I said, it all sounds a bit tomorrow's world. Andrea's made a comment there. Best smart thing people can do is to use their brains and understand what it's using up as the gas and the electricity. And this is the wee smart meters that you get for your gas and electricity usage in their homes. And best how to budget and cut back on unnecessary usage. Yeah, thanks very much for that, Andrea. Very much appreciated. So traditional approach to smart homes still works wonders when selling. So the key here as well is if you've got things like the Hive technology, you've got Ring on your doorbell as well. It's a great thing to actually start promoting when people are actually viewing properties now, because it just gives them an insight into the fact that your home is beginning to be upgraded for smart technology. If you've got broadband hardwired to your home as well, it's a great selling point, because hardwired gives you huge functionality. It gives you live streaming as well. I mean, I've got it hardwired as well. I get 1 gig broadband now, so I've got super fast broadband. So I can do that straightforward and there. So it's simply decluttering as well. If you don't have smart homes as well, it's a smart home. Easiest thing to make your home a bit better is actually to declutter, keeping in place tidy space available as well. And that's it, guys. If you can think of anything else, please feel free to mention these as well. It would be really appreciated. And until next time, guys, I'm Jim Parker for Fife Properties.